Okay, welcome to the episode all about rice. Okay, so there are two main types of rice that I'm going to very oversimplify just for the sake of this lesson. So don't come at me, all cultures, because I'm only being silly. So what I'm going to say is that, oh my God, how do you even write it? Fluffy. So there's fluffy rice in my head, and there's sticky rice, okay? As I said, very oversimplified, but don't have a pop at me. So things in the fluffy rice category are things like Jasmine, things like Basmati, long grains, all of that kind of stuff that you want to be fluffy or not clumped together, shall we say. Sticky rice is the things that are more, what's the word? Sticky, all right? So the things like sushi rice, things like paella, and things like risotto. Now, again, I'm very oversimplifying this, but I just want you to try and picture this in your head. The thing that makes this sticky is the high starch content, okay? That says starch. So the high starch content. If you don't want your rice to stick together, the one thing you can do with these types of rice is to wash it. Okay, so if you wash the things like Basmati or Jasmine or like that, you're washing off any residual starch to help it not stick together. Comprende? So this is where it can get confusing, okay? So with sticky rice, now if you're cooking sushi rice, for example, sushi rice, you always wash the rice. Now I've seen films like Jiro Dreams of Sushi where they wash so I've seen films like Jiro Dreams of Sushi where they will wash rice for almost 4 years of their life, but the rice is still sticky, but that is due to the rice itself having lots of starch within, I presume. So then you have things like risotto. Now you never wash the risotto rice, and things like paella, you never wash the paella rice. So this is where it can get extremely confusing, but it's the type of rice that you want to think about. So that's why I say this side is like the sticky category and this side is the fluffy category. We will go into the sticky side on another video, but for now we're going to focus on the fluffy side. Good cleaning, Mark. So with the fluffy rice, let's just focus on that and think about how we make that delicious, okay? So phase one is wash rice. Now, as we've just gone over, this removes any excess starch, but also washes away any impurities, any broken bits, any dust, any bugs, any of that kind of stuff, just in case you bought it from somewhere that has bugs. So number two, the cooking method. Now, I would say 95% of the time, it is always guaranteed around a ratio. So when you are cooking in a rice cooker, there is always a, shit. Number two is the cooking method. Now, rice cooker is the golden, the G, right? But I don't use a rice cooker. I don't feel the need to use a rice cooker because all you need to do is mimic how a rice cooker cooks rice, and then you'll be able to cook rice. So a rice cooker, all it does is a pot like this with another pot inside with a heating element at the bottom and a lid, okay? A saucepan. So what happens is you turn it on, it brings the water up to temperature, so boils it, and then it reduces it right down to a simmer for around 15 minutes, clicks off, you forget about it, you're like, and it says warm or whatever, and then it sits there for another 10 to 15 minutes, and then your rice is done. So why can we not mimic that in a saucepan? Of course you can. I know a rice cooker is convenient and brilliant, but I don't need another gadget in my kitchen. So to mimic it, as I said, all you need to do, take your pan, your rice goes in with your water, full heat with lid on, it will come to the boil, turn it right down to the lowest setting, so it's just a little blip like that, lid still on, let it tickle away for 10 to 12 minutes, and then turn it off, and then put it to one side, and you're done, okay? Cooked rice, absolutely fantastic. So now, here's the point of how much water do you put in. I normally just do like the fingertip method. So all I ever do is wash my rice, put it in the pan, pour some water in, stick my finger so it's just up to the first knuckle, and then do this technique to cook it, and you are absolutely golden. Water amount. Number four, what you need to think is when the rice is cooking is absorbing sucky, the liquid. So whatever flavor that liquid is, your rice will have that flavor. So this is the point where you can get wonderful and creative and do amazing things. So if you just want to do salted water, lovely, it'll be delicious. You get a nice delicate flavor. Lots of rices do have different flavors, and it will take on that, and you'll be able to taste that flavor of that rice, for example, like a jasmine rice, maybe a little bit more floral than your classic basmati. But then you can get dishes like a pilaf where you can use a stock or infuse it with other things to make it take on that flavor. So think about this liquid down here which is where food can really sucky sucky, yum yums. Pilaf is my favourite dish to ever cook with rice because it is so simple and you can forget about it. So a pilaf, you create a flavoursome base, i.e. onions, garlic or whatever. You pour your rice in, you pour stock on top, you nuzzle some seared chicken thighs, and then you cover it, put it in the oven and let it bake and do its thing, and it is absolutely amazing. Spices the lot through it, okay? So that is basically, in a nutshell, fluffy rice. I hope this helps. Do you reckon this helps? If you like it, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and we can talk about some other things. I may be completely wrong, so see you all soon. Bye.